Good afternoon, my quilty people. I am bringing to you our latest installment, our newest block. And, I had some issues with it, so I thought I'm going to just talk to my peeps and see, if they've got it all going together. Anyway, we're doing the Moda block heads. This is from 2018. It was a block that was done by Carrie Nelson. It's called Around the Corner. And one thing I wanted to point out to you as you're looking at your cutting instructions is that it tells you to cut 5 A squares that are 3.5 inches. And just make sure that you realize that 4 of those are your cornerstones, little black things on here, the cornerstones, and 1 is your center square. So as you're cutting, just make sure that you know those are the 5 that you're cutting 3.5. And then also you have some B squares that you're going to cut 3 7/8, and those are in 2 locations. So make sure that you know one of them is like this lighter green here, and the other one is up, if you'll look on this corner right here, it's that darkest, the outermost part of the square in a square. Okay, so you'll cut 4 for the light green and 4, I think I'm messing it up, but anyway, just know it's in 2 locations. Just pay attention because on here it tells you where the B blocks are. Okay, so just pay attention to that when you're cutting, when you're laying your stuff out. I just thought I would go through quickly your piecing of this block. You want to start with your square and a square, and you have that 3.5-inch square, and there you're basically going to sew a triangle to this side, a triangle to this side. You'll press that open, and then you'll do the top and the bottom again. Then you have one more trip around, and that's going to be your next color. So you'll do the same thing again. You'll put one here, press it open, then do the last 2 sides. When you get done, this full block, this is 4 3/4, but when you get done with your full centerpiece, it should be 6.5. Okay, the next thing that you're going to work on is the rectangles. These are 3.5 by 6.5, and I know it says that in the pattern, but I just thought I'd share, So to piece that, you're going to start with, you're going to have your colored square, and then you're just going to lay a triangle on there and do your 1/4 inch seam. You're going to press that open, and when I'm doing mine, I always press it towards the white or the triangle because it leaves me this little point here, and then you'll lay the next one on there. This one's already been pressed open, but you lay it out. Oh, you can't even see it because I don't have it on the camera. There we go. Yeah, and just make sure that the long edge of the triangle is along the bottom. And then you're going to press that. When you get done with that, you'll have a piece that looks like this. And notice that it has the little bunny ears. It's like for Easter I did that. Not really, but it sounded good, didn't it? And you'll notice that when you go to trim that, I should end up with, from my point to the edge, after I trim this off, there should be a 1/4 of an inch, which, if you're careful, will help you not to lose your points. Once you've gotten this piece, then you're going to take your other triangles and you're going to sew them on. You'll sew one on here. And again, I press it towards the triangular piece, and then you'll sew the other one on here. And I will tell you that when I'm sewing these, let me see if I can get this on camera. I always line up the bottom edge of the triangle with the bottom edge, okay? So that now my ear is up here by this square, okay? And that's going to create the same little bunny ears that we had the first time, okay? And then you'll trim that, and you should, again, get your 1/4 of an inch. You can see mine, when I trimmed it, I don't quite have a 1/4 of an inch. So I have to decide, when I sew this, am I going to sew it so that I don't lose my point, or sew it a 1/4 of an inch? Because if I do that, it's not a 1/4 of an inch, just saying. So when you get done with all of these pieces, again, follow your diagram, lay your pieces out, and you really are doing like a 9 patch. You've got a row, and a row, and you just sew those 3 rows together, and voila, you will have an around the corner block for our Quilty Chicks block number 10. So, enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the, funny papers, okay?